was gonna say 2 or 3 of them were gonna go bad. Like because it makes sense, right? If you got 10 apples and 3 are bad, you ain't gonna trust the remaining 7, right? Like to some degree, you're gonna assume that the other 7 are bad as well. But then, bro, when tomatoes, I said tomatoes. Apples don't take your girl, or do they?
What could this guy have been doing that could get you into more trouble than triple homicide? You wanna know what he was doing? Hanging out with a white woman. That's all.
Yo.
Well, a little.
So bro would not say where he was on the night that he was accused of 3 children because he was messing with a white woman. That's to tell you that messing with a white woman in the 1960s as a black man was way worse than 3 children, bro. That's insane. That is some next level racism, bro. Some next level racism. Alrighty, so I know that you're used to seeing me react to religious content, but I'm trying to spread my wings and fly and try other type of content. So today we're gonna be reacting to Derek FDB shows I would hate to live in. Hey man, this might be very interesting, so let's check this out.
You know, growing up, just like movies, I always wanted to be on TV. And again, not like on TV, more like in the show. But now that I've wised up,
Scary.
I realize I don't want to be in any of these shows. These shows would be terrible to live in. And that's what we'll be going over today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over some shows I'd absolutely hate to live in. And don't worry, I know everyone doesn't watch every show, so I'll try and tell you everything you need to know before I...
By the way, Pennywise is my favorite villain of all time, bro. I love Pennywise, bro. Bro, after the show, what was the name of the show? I forget. Welcome to Derry. Bro, giving him screen time was the best thing they could have done for this character, bro. Because in the 8 movies, it was alright, but it didn't get too much screen time. But during the Welcome to Derry series, especially the final 3 episodes, this guy got so much screen time and I got to really watch his character, bro. And he's cool as hell, bro. Bro's just hella funny. If you've seen Welcome to Derry, then you know what I'm talking about, bro. Go check it out if you haven't, but yeah, bro.
I'd hate living in them, alright? And in the end, I'll go over one of the shows that I would not only hate to live in the most, but also a show I've been meaning to talk about for a minute. And without further ado, Chainsaw Man gotta be one of the worst shows to live in. And
I never seen this one.
Someone who loves this series. Like, I really do love it, bro. The movie made me cry. But please keep me away from the show. Before I even talk about it, let me give you the rundown like I said. If you've never seen it, Chainsaw Man's is anime where we follow this teenager named Denji, who after getting murked by some Yakuza members, comes back to life with the ability to release chainsaws from his body and becomes a devil hunter. And you see, that's where the problem lies in this show.
What? Chainsaw out of his head? Brother, what type of power is that? Why not his arms? Why his head? Hey, bro. Hey, man. Say it, man.
Chainsaws coming out the body thing? Oh, that probably would hurt, though. But the devils. The world in this show is full of them. And these things are the worst. The devils in this show are...
Is that an orange with legs and eyes? What?
Human-hating, human-eating monsters that come from fear. Human fear.
Bro,
Each one...
these devils look like somebody just came up with a bunch of ideas and just picked it out on the paper. Because what is this? This is the most random design ever.
Them being a different concept. Concept? What do I mean? Well, let's take, for example, something I'm scared of. Dolls. I don't rock with them, and neither do a lot of people on Earth.
Bro's scared of dolls? I
ain't alone. And in the Chainsaw Man world, this fear we have for them would be enough to create a doll devil. But only one. You following? So now imagine that whole process I just said, but for like every single thing ever. I mean it too. Everything. A car devil, a doctor devil, an awkward science devil. Anything could be a devil as long as people are scared of it. But that's not even
interesting.
Since the devils in this world come from fear, it only makes sense that the strongest ones are not only the most feared, but they can gain or lose strength depending on what's going on in the world. New Conjuring film drops, Ghost Devil gets stronger. Inflation goes up, unemployment devil gets stronger. Ceasefire happens, Israel devil gets weaker.
Yo, that's a very good concept, bro. I might check this show out. I might, cause that's a very good concept. Like the idea of having fair devils and then whatever's happening in the world, those devils spike up in fear. That's a very good concept. Whoever wrote this show was cooking.
Such a cool power system, but like I'm admiring it from a distance. I don't want to live there.
Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to live here though. Definitely not. You're telling me like there's a phone devil, so if I'm scared of my phone, then my phone attacks me when I'm sleeping at night? Alright.
Fine, you don't know when it could randomly strike. Imagine you just chilling at the crib one day in the living room, minding your business. Oh wow, it's a really nice day outside. The gun devil just sneezed and blasted away your crib in 5 cities. And they don't even gotta be to that scale. Even if you get rolled up on by a barely scary devil,
what is
probably
that?
Get packed. You're human. And in that situation, dying wouldn't even be the worst part. It's the aftermath. It would be embarrassing. Imagine my homies come to my funeral asking what killed me. Did they say what got him? Yeah, they said it was the cheese devil. There's a lot of lactose intolerant people. It probably could.
That would be embarrassing, I can't lie.
Devil contracts. I'm not even gonna get into that. Like I said, I love this show, but Chainsaw Man is horrible to live in. But I'd rather live in Chainsaw Man than to live in...
The fuck is this?
Some of y'all may know this show, some of y'all may not, but the ones that
don't
know. For as vibrant and as colorful as this show may seem, it has a dark undertone. Like, this show is prison. This show is an indie animated show where we follow this group of people who are trapped in a video game, The Amazing Digital Circus.
By the way, if you didn't know what indie means, it means independent. So when they say indie games, indie shows, it means it was created by an independent artist or independent person. I just found this out like what, a week ago. So just in case y'all didn't know, now you know.
Headsets one day were transported into the game and now they're stuck. So it's kind of like Sword Art Online, minus you know the weird brother and sister stuff. And I think the reason for this one is pretty straightforward, guys. Why would I ever want to be in this situation? Why? If I'm in here, I'd literally be trapped. Trapped as a goofy looking video game character, which by the way, can one of y'all draw me as one? I want to see what y'all think I look like. With no memory of my name and forced to go on daily adventures by this lunatic AI that's running the circus. This junk is horrible. And
Bruce,
that's not
just
even all
teeth
of it.
and eyes.
If, or should I say when, I eventually lose my mind in this world, I'll abstract, which is pretty much the equivalent of death. You become a giant digital monster and they pretty much toss you in the basement forever. This place is terrible, and that's just episode 1.
Isn't that worse than hell? Well, not really, but isn't that just like hell? Just in a dark room with a bunch of other people that are like you forever and ever and ever? Yeah, I don't want to live in this world either, bro. That concept alone, the whole hell stuff is scary. That is
when you combine that with the stuff we learned in the latest episode, man, this place is purgatory. Only bright side about this place is the people you're stuck with are pretty chill. Like hanging out with Kinger or Zubul would be dope. And there might be a way to get out. I know after the latest episode it's not looking like it, but I still believe. Unless it's like that one Black Mirror episode where instead of being a real person trapped, you're actually a copy of someone real, but just in the game. That'd be messed up.
What? Oh, yeah. But before we even get into this one, I definitely would not want to be... Actually, at my current age, I won't mind it. But as a kid, hell nah, bro. Fuck that, bro. This guy was a menace.
So I just finished watching the show, and let me tell you something. If I'm not stepping a foot in Chainsaw Man, you couldn't get a follicle of me.
Oh yeah, bro. This kid, bro, he got done so dirty, bro. If you haven't watched Welcome to Derry, I suggest you go check it out, bro. If you're into scary stuff, probably good for you. If you're not, still probably good for you. You know, get yourself a little bit of a shivers. But yeah, this guy got done dirty, bro.
A follicle of me and Derry. Before I even get into it, if you don't know, this show in simple terms is a prequel to the movie It. You know, killer clown named Pennywise, likes to eat kids, but just based in the 1960s, where we learn a little more about him and, you know, see what this goes up to before they age. And the special thing about this show is, this is the first show on the list to have multiple reasons why I would never ever want to live there. First of them obviously being this dude Pennywise. A lot of y'all may know I've spoken about this guy on my channel before, saying how I'd beat the white off his skin and bully him to death. But y'all, I don't know what happened in those 20-something years between this show and the movie, but this dude in the show is way more terrifying than in the movie.
More.
I'm not even exaggerating.
Way
more.
What
happened, but this dude glued down those 27 years. He's washed. The difference is insane. Like in the movie, yeah, he'll do some scary stuff, like transform into a creepy painted lady or a giant lumberjack statue. But in the show, this guy will shapeshift into your deceased mother and make her give birth to you again. Oh, what?
Bro's a menace, bro. Yo, in the series Eat Welcome to Derry, bro, like he was such a menace compared to the first couple movies, bro. It was insane, bro. Bro was doing the most outlandish shit, bro, and it was having too much fun. And the fact that the U.S. government played a role in his power in him coming, just go see the movie, bro. I don't want to spoil. Just go see the series, bro. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but it's a good watch.
So, y'all see what I mean? This dude in the show is different. Stuff got so scared for the kids in this show that these kids started popping pills to avoid being scared of Pennywise. This is ridiculous.
Facts, bro. Them motherfuckers were popping pills to lose their fear factors, bro. It's insane.
I think the point is, if you living in Derry and this dude got an eye on you, just hang it up, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You gotta just pray this dude thinks you won't taste good, or he's just not hungry.
Or just leave the fucking town. Just pack your bags and leave. Just leave. Because if he's got you marked, except you've got plot armor, bro, you are not surviving, bro.
What's bad about this? Since you a kid, even if you go and tell people you seen this dude, they not gonna believe you.
Especially when they already think you're crazy. E.g. Girly right here, bro. Everybody thought she was crazy, bro. And then she went around saying there's a killer clown. Send her to the loony bin.
You're a kid, and it's the 60s. Even if you tell your parents, they ain't gonna care. These is Cold War times, baby. World War III can happen any second. Ain't got time to be worrying about your kids. But that ain't even the worst about it.
Oh, Brody got
packed. Even if you don't run into Penny, like I just said, let's not forget, this show is based in the 1960s. Which, in my opinion, might be even worse than dealing with Pennywise. Because aside from the fact that there wasn't much to do in the 60s besides, like, I don't know, smoke cigarettes indoors. Let's remember, these times were not the safest for colored folk. And this show showed that very clearly. I already knew how bad the racism was back then from what I learned in U.S. history. But seeing it on the screen, bro, these motherfuckers was really racist.
Bro.
Shockingly racist. I don't want to dive into it
extremely
too much.
racist.
If you want to know how bad it is, there's a scene in the show where this one guy gets wrongfully accused of murking 3 kids. And when he's given an opportunity to clear his name by just saying where he was the night of the incident, he refuses. Yeah, he refuses in fear of getting into more trouble. Which just had me thinking, damn, what could this guy have been doing that could get you into more trouble than triple homicide? You want to know what he was doing? Hanging out with a white woman. That's all.
Yo.
Well,
So bro would not say where he was on the night that he was accused of 3 children because he was messing with a white woman. That's to tell you that messing with a white woman in the 1960s as a black man was way worse than 3 children, bro. That's insane. That is some next level racism, bro. Some next level racism.
more than just hanging out. They got a little more buddy-buddy than that. And she was married. But still.
She was also married. But it doesn't really change much. Even if she wasn't married, bro, the fact that it was messing with a white woman on the night where it was accused of killing 3 children is like, okay, buddy. But that's just funny as hell how, like, you would rather go to jail and be accused of killing people than to admit that it was with a white woman on the same night. That's crazy work, bro.
I'm thinking, why wouldn't he just say that? An affair is clearly not worse than murking 3 children, right? And you're right. That would definitely not get you in trouble.
Psych!
But in the 60s, if the wrong group of white men get wind that their abusive buddy's wife had relations with a black man, man, they grabbing a phone book, grabbing a rope, grabbing their robe, and then after that,
it's GG's.
Yeah, this junk used to be a death sentence. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Like, killing someone because your wife wants them is already stupid enough. But doing it off the basis of race is just even more stupid. Because does that mean if it was a white dude sleeping with his wife, he would have just been cool with it?
Ah, go ahead, honey. F him all you want.
Yeah, keep me out of Derry. This place is the worst, bro. The crazy part is there's even more messed up racist stuff that happens later in the show, but I don't want to spoil. So when you combo that with freaking Pennywise, yeah, this is going to be horrible. I'm still whooping the movie version of him, though. Don't get it twisted. But the show version, if he had my friend hostage like he had that one dude in the first movie and I told him to give him back and he told me,
No.
yeah, keep him, bro. I'll make new friends. And now, for the show that I've been wanting to talk about for a minute.
Yeah, this just to let y'all know, bro. For the longest time, I was opposed to watching this show. I'm like, a show about kids in a strange town doing strange things. What fun could it be? Boy, was I wrong. Bro, this show was amazing balls, bro. She was so good. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Bro, Season 1 was peak though, bro. Peak. I loved it. And I loved the entire show altogether. I just think that Season 5 was a bit too rushed. And they could have done more justice to end the show. But it is what it is, bro. The show was amazingly written and for the most part. And I really enjoyed it. But would I want to live in this world? Hell nah, bro. I ain't dealing with Vecna. The fuck?
No need to introduce this one. Everyone knows this show, Stranger Things. Now look, I really...
Oh, who's y'all's favorite character, bro? Mine's Dustin from Season 1. I think that is hands down the best character in the show. Season 1 Dustin. Everybody else, alright. But Season 1 Dustin, goated. Peak.
As much as I like it, as much as it's been beloved for years, and I mean years, this show has been out since I was in 8th grade. You know how insane that is? I went from being pretty much the same age as these kids to now I'm freaking 6 years older than them. That's crazy. As much as I like it, if I had a choice,
you know what? I'm just letting him have it.
I'm not living in Hawkins, Indiana. I'm not. From Season 1 through Season 5, this place has been the epicenter of so many problems, it's not even funny. Season 1, you got a Demogorgon, which is pretty much a monster running around trying to eat you. Season 2, you don't have a Demogorgon, but you got Demo Dogs trying to eat you. Season 3, you got the Mind Flayer, townfolk possessed by the Mind Flayer, and Russians after you. Season 4, you got Vecna.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Season 3 was my least favorite season, bro. Not a big fan of Season 3. Season 1, Season 4, Season 2, Season 5, Season 3. That's my ranking.
The whole operation going after you. And then Season 5 is just Season 4, but he's stronger now, and everyone got 25% cornier. This is horrible. And the main cast is the ones that had to deal with all of it. And I'm gonna be honest, if I'm in their shoes, I don't think I'm making it. Not as a main character. Whether it be death or me running away, I wouldn't last long.
Yeah, I'd have dipped.
I'll go down every season and I'll tell you every moment I would have called it if I even made it there. Season 1. The second me and the gang find out Will is missing and find his little girl near where he went missing and she got superpowers, yeah, deuces. Peace out. Unless it's me getting those powers, peace. Season 2, Will start doing that hallucinating neck touching stuff in front of me. I'm out. Especially if I ever see him cough up a
Ew, dog.
Season 3 is unique because at first it'll seem like everything is smooth. You know, it's the summer, 11 closed the gate last season. Milfs is chilling at the pool and stuff. We good. But the second I see we got Russia involved in our business.
Like,
now,
why is Russia in there, gang?
Is involved in our business.
Bro, Russia built a mall and they're doing business underground trying to get into the upside down, bro. It's like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, get me out of here, bro. Get me out.
Season 4, I don't even gotta see anything really. I probably won't even make it to Vecna. Because when I hear the description of Chrissy's body after what Vecna did to her, yeah, I think I'm gonna sit this one out, y'all. And then Season 5, man, after the stuff we went through in Season 4,
I would have been gone.
For me to dip at this point.
I would have been gone.
Max is in a coma. So the second I hear Dustin say some corny stuff like, I want to see Vecna's heart on a platter. Are you serious, bro? What are you gonna do about it? I'm out, bro. I'm out. And that's just being in the main cast. Even as a regular person in Hawkins, not a part of the main cast, I'm not willing to be here. Because if I'm not in the main cast, that means I don't know anything about what's going on in this
Facts.
at all. So
you're just lost as a sheep, gang, and you can get packed up at any time. It's like, why are you here? The main cast are only surviving because of plot armor, bro. And because the Duffers would not kill anybody off. They were too soft to kill any main characters off. So it's like, that's why they were good. Otherwise, a lot of these guys would have gotten packed up, bro. For a long time ago, gang. Long
if
time
I'm in
ago.
Season 4 and I hear that Vecna clock, I'm not going to be prepared. I won't even know what's going on. I'm going to just be like, hey, that's a neat looking clock. I don't be like that every time because I'm a curious guy. Doesn't matter what situation I'm in. A main cast member, a main cast parent, a civ. If I'm in Hawkins, Indiana, I'm finished.
Bob
even
got
if
done
I'm going
dirty
straight
too.
into Hawkins lab and I'm one of them telekinetic force wielding children, I'm gonna just get freaking slimed out by Henry, so it don't matter. Man, you couldn't freaking pay me to be in Hawkins. Even excluding all this upside down Vecna stuff, I still don't want to be there. Not only would I, let's be honest, probably be a nerd so I'd get bullied, but also there's a chance I'd be friends with the main cast, and I don't want to be friends with the main cast. Yeah, it might sound crazy to all.
You don't want to be friends with the main cast because you better deal with some crazy shit. That's why. You don't want to be friends with these guys, bro.
But I've been noticing patterns, and I can confidently say these dudes are some snakes. Who would want to be in a friend group when you got dudes like Will trying to take his homegirl's boyfriend, and dudes like Steve who's trying to take Nancy away from Jonathan, who originally took Nancy away from him? You think I'm gonna be cool with these dudes? You must be out of your mind. You can't have shit in this friend group. That shit feels like the Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy situation. I'd be pissed. I'm too insecure for that. Let my girl bandage up her ex how Nancy was bandaging up Steve last season in the Upside Down. I'm gonna be heated when she come back. You like him or something? Why you would just let him bleed out? And you might say, oh, that's only 2 or 3 people out of the whole group. And to that I say, that's 2 or 3 snakes too many. Let me put it like this. If you had a batch of 10 apples, right? And out of those 10, 2 or 3 of them could take your girl from you, you probably
I thought I was gonna say 2 or 3 of them were gonna go bad. Like because it makes sense, right? If you got 10 apples and 3 are bad, you ain't gonna trust the remaining 7. Right, like to some degree, you're gonna assume that the other 7 are bad as well. But then, bro, when tomatoes, I said tomatoes. Apples don't take your girl, or do they? I don't know.
I'm not willing to take the risk. These dudes cannot be my homies. They'll love y'all though. At the time of recording this, season 5, volume 1 is only out, so I don't know how it ends yet. Maybe it'll give me more reasons to want to live there. But I have.
No, it won't, gang. Trust me. I know I'm watching this after the fact, but no, it won't, gang.
Spoiler warning, because these might be accurate. I don't know. I'm kind of a genius. Starting with a crazy one. Someone's gonna die.
He's wrong, bro.
Robin.
Because we already watched it, it's already way past. I'm not gonna watch this part. But hey, man, that's the video. Bottom line is, I would not want to live in any of these worlds. I mean, I only knew It, Welcome to Derry, and Stranger Things, but even the other ones sounded terrible. Like the first one, bro. Like devils, anything could be a devil. Yeah, miss me with all that, bro. I'm good where I'm at on Earth. In Canada, where it's cold and lonely. But hey, man, that's the video. Which of these shows have you watched? And would you live in any of these worlds? Let me know, man. And do you enjoy these general reaction videos? Or do you want me to stick to my regular religious stuff? Let me know in the comments. Peace, love. Oh, like and subscribe so I can see you on the next one as well. Peace, love, and safety to you, gang. Stay beautiful.